I do think this is the only thing you can do. You have to just absolutely devastate these agencies and then rebuild them. And Musk is probably the right person to do that, because that's who he is. He's a firer of people. And so, yeah, if they keep doing this, they have to keep doing this, and they have to keep going through the intelligence agencies and the Pentagon, or else public opinion will turn on this. But as long as they do that, I think, I mean, Mazel Tov. Like, I think this is amazing. I mean, it's a golden age for journalists. We're finding out stuff that we didn't know before, in amazing quantities.
Do you want to take it? Speaking of Gen X slop, do you want to tee up this story, Zach?
Man, I'll tell you what. This morning I woke up. I smoked I can't smoke a bowl in the morning now. I just can take a baby hit because I'm just I'll give you yesterday when we were at that brewery, I was stoned out of my mind. So I just take a little baby hit in the morning and drink my cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, I forgot you just did get back from a pretty long tea break.
Oh yeah, I was surprised at how bad it was. Yesterday we were sitting there. I was I can't even drink any more than one beer because I'm just gonna get throwed. Anyway, I was emotionally flipping through Smells Like Dead Elephants and Spanking the Donkey, and I was just heartbroken at what happened to this man that I loved.
Those are both books, by the way, in case anyone's not familiar.
They're Matt Taibbi books, and they're compilations of when he had some sense, and when he was speaking truth to power, and when he could just put a string of words together that would just put you right back in 2004, and how it would feel to be facing the second wave of the Bush administration after you just watched what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan, and you're like, wait, he got away with this and then got reelected, and you're just trying to make sense of the world. And this is a guy that seemed like he was one of the dudes to make sense of the world, and I've had to do that before I gave this commentary so I could really appreciate the fall that we're about to witness together. Matt Taibbi has broken my heart more than any other person in media. It's not even close, okay? And the fact that he's fallen as far as he has in this past weekend alone, it's insane to me, bro.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And what's even more humiliating about this, we're going to watch the clip from this, but here's the video. There's a couple different videos that we can take a look at, but here's this one that's called DOGE is Making Journalism Great Again with Matt Taibbi. We can also take a look at this one in a second. Matt Taibbi and Jimmy Dore reconsidering climate change. So yeah, it really is shocking. But I think specifically with the Elon Musk stuff, Zach, it's really crazy, because it's one thing to, just become a right-wing hack as you age and grift, whatever. We've seen it before, but Matt Taibbi is literally a victim of Elon Musk's narcissism, his insanity, and his abusive behavior. Remember that after the Twitter files fell apart? And then we got leaked messages where Matt Taibbi was being threatened by Elon Musk, literally being threatened by an abusive, narcissistic, ketamine-addicted billionaire in his text messages. Not that excuses what Matt Taibbi did with the Twitter files and, his pathetic attempt to buddy up to power and get a seat at the cool kids table. But you would think that even that, all that aside, eventually the guy would have turned on Elon after, again, being the direct recipient of his narcissistic abuse. Apparently not.
Yeah, I think that Matt Taibbi is in a position where he's not interested in biting the hand that fed him. And what got him to the dance in a real way was those Twitter files, right? We talked about how even Barry Weiss
to the right-wing dance,
to the money dance,
because obviously he was a respected journalist before that,
for sure. But I don't think he was getting the insane amount of wealth generation that he's doing now. But I'm just saying, he wanted to go down the RFK, Elon Musk, Silicon Valley, I'm a Washington capital, I'm a pseudo skeptic kind of
Substack,
yeah. And when he started to get, a foot in that door, he never came back, right? And we talked about how even Barry Weiss showed more journalistic integrity than Matt Taibbi, because she was not going to just selectively put all this out. What's crazy also is he hasn't walked back the Twitter files. He said constantly the only reason that he didn't cover the Elon Musk post Twitter files was because, oh, this was the FBI interfering with what happened at Twitter. And now the government doesn't have any direct impact on what happens in Twitter. And it's like, of course it does, you dumbass. Elon Musk and Doge, as you're about to say, as we're about to hear from the horse's mouth from Matt, is clearly involved in government, is clearly cleaning house, but Matt doesn't have anything to say about how he's manipulating the Twitter algorithm, right? Oh, I don't have anything to say about that. In fact, I'm going to continue to heap on praise on this world's richest man, who we have seen text messages from Matt Taibbi say, I specifically neglected to criticize you publicly. Okay, which means in journalism translation, I sat on some shit that had journalistic merit.
Yeah.
And I didn't publish it so that I could curry favor with you. We call that access journalism. And when it's the world's richest man, we call it being a little bitch. And Matt Taibbi used to understand that. We played the clip a million times of him on Rogan, where he cites the IF Stone story. And he says, as soon as you're in a position where you're getting things from the government, you probably should look around and be like, oh, maybe, or actually, I think it's Seymour Hersh that tells that story. Either way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's not a place where you want to be.
Totally. Yeah. And again, it's one thing to throw your country under the bus. It's one thing to betray your country, your democracy, your fellow citizens, whatever. But again, Elon Musk literally took food out of Matt Taibbi's mouth. He tweaked the Twitter/X algorithm so that Matt Taibbi could not post his own Substack articles on the platform. He shadow banned Matt Taibbi because Matt Taibbi one time mildly criticized Elon in the wake of the Twitter files drama. Again, Elon suppressed him in the algorithm, banned him from posting his own work, took food out of the dude's mouth, literally. And he has nothing to say. He's just right back to hugging his nuts and doing propaganda for the guy on what show? The Jimmy Dore Show. Just absolutely rock bottom. It does not get any more humiliating for Matt Taibbi. And yeah, here's those screenshots.
Yep, 100%. So since Elon Musk published parts of these conversations, I might as well include the others. I was under a blanket search ban at one point, and a lot of my 1.9 million followers still don't see my content. Elon, I've repeatedly declined to criticize you and have nothing to do with your beef with Substack. Is there a reason why I'm being put in the middle of things? This seems really crazy. Elon says you are dead to me. Please get off Twitter and just stay on Substack. Matt Taibbi is such a little bitch. Oh my God. Let's go ahead and hear from the horse's mouth over here with why Elon's actually doing such a great job now, you cucked little bitch.
And I would have been alarmed by what Musk is doing maybe 10 years ago, but subsequent experience, just looking at how completely
swallowing boatloads of his cum really changed your mind.
Corrupted the entire system is, and how incapable it is of reforming itself or getting rid of its waste or any of that stuff. I do think this is the only thing you can do. You have to just absolutely devastate these agencies and then rebuild them. And Musk is probably the right person to do that, because that's who he is. He's a firer of people.
How is that a good thing? Dude, you have lost your humanity. Lost your humanity, dude. You don't care that those people have jobs and provide a service. You don't care about it. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm pretty well insulated from any suffering.
It's also funny how now right-wingers, like, they used to call these robber barons of society, whatever, these mega capitalists, they used to call them job creators. Remember that? Matt Taibbi just referred to Elon Musk as a firer of people. Like, whatever happened to creating jobs? Now we're just admitting that, no, these people steal wealth and destroy working people's lives by pretending to know who needs a job and who doesn't. Like, this is totally crazy. And yeah, just pathetic propaganda. Literally, Matt Taibbi still has a big audience, guys. A lot of people that at one point were progressive, that were anti-establishment, still subscribe to this asshole Substack and still listen to him and think of him as some sort of an authority. And he's literally manufacturing consent for austerity. Like, that's what's happening. Austerity with a kind of cool, edgy gloss, right? That's what Doge is.
And so, yeah, if they keep doing this, they have to keep doing this, and they have to keep going through the intelligence agencies and the Pentagon, or else public opinion will turn on this. But as long as they do that, I think, Mazel tov. Like, I think this is amazing. It's it's a golden age for journalists. We're finding out stuff that we didn't know before, in amazing quantities. And if Jimmy, did you ever think that you would see even the possibility of a significant cut to the Pentagon
No.
budget? I mean, I'll believe it when I see it.
No, you're already laundering it now, and you're never gonna fucking see it, you gullible dope. But yeah, he's justifying all of the slashing, all of the budget cuts, saying he's a massive cheerleader for it, all because he falls for the delusion that they're actually gonna, clean up the Pentagon and rein in the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, just again, manufacturing consent for MAGA. They haven't cut shit from the Pentagon yet, and I'll give them credit if they do too. But I'm gonna wait to see if it actually happens before I preemptively give. Have you even heard about the like, bro? Nothing has happened. That's like giving Joe Biden credit for talking about a public option a year into his administration or some shit. Like, yeah, lots of politicians say they're going to do things. Again, would we give Joe Biden credit for doing a public option because he said he was going to?
And just again, I haven't actually watched any of this clip. I don't know if you have, Gavin. I saw enough.
I watched it this morning.
We're skeptical of everything. Matt Taibbi and Jimmy Dore reconsidering climate change. Just disgraceful. A new low right here from Matt Taibbi.
Oh, yeah, totally disgraceful. And we don't have to watch that one. Check it out. It's on Rumble if you want to see it. But basically, Jimmy Dore talks about how, ever since the vaccine, ever since COVID, he can't trust anything now, including climate change. And if it's so easy to buy off, big pharma to buy off the media, then it must be just as easy for the climate scientists to buy off the media or something. It's unhinged.
Yeah, they're clearly just picking up where Rogan left off. We played a while ago. Joe Rogan was sitting with some other idiot piece of shit talking about how climate change wasn't real and it was actually, I think it was Mel Gibson and Joe Rogan talking about climate change not being real and how, they just want to terrify young people so they'll give up their rights. And I imagine that was somewhere along the line of why Jimmy and Matt decided to pivot, was because Rogan was getting in on it, and they definitely want to continue to.
Jimmy actually has been talking about the climate change shit for like years now.
Really? I never watched the Jimmy Dore Show anymore.
Yeah, he's actually been kind of approaching this point of just being a straight up climate change denialist for at least a year or two now.
Oof.
But yeah, I mean, if anything, Joe Rogan might have got it from Jimmy Dore.
Honestly true. I feel like Joe Rogan might actually to this day be a listener of the Jimmy Dore Show.
He loves Jimmy Dore. In fact, did you see him recommending Jimmy Dore to Woody Harrelson? He had on Woody Harrelson, and he's like, who you got to listen to, bro? Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore's been right about everything, bro. He's been right about the vaccine. He's been totally vindicated. And then Woody Harrelson's like, oh, well, he doesn't seem very excited about Jimmy Dore, but
oh man, Woody Harrelson will also break my heart because he's the kind of guy I really want to like, and then he just says the most like stupid shit sometimes.
Yep. He's an interesting guy, but at least his unorthodox opinions seem more genuine. Yeah. Like he just does seem like a guy of that age who probably looks at Facebook too much or something. Just like, I mean, he's not a normal person; he's a celebrity, but you could. I'm sure everyone knows a guy like that, right? He's not profiting off of it like Jimmy is.
Yeah. Oh, Woody. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Joe.
Yeah. Either way, crazy shit. The de-evolution is wild. And yeah, the Vanguard vindicated. That's another thing. Like, Cenk wants to talk about, they only talk about the Young Turks. Actually, we spent a fucking entire year talking about Jimmy Dore. We barely talk about Jimmy Dore these days. Or Matt Taibbi, but those used to be our big targets.
It just became so obvious what they were. It's no longer fun to expose them. It's like, what do you mean? Like, they're telling you now. And we were 100% right about that. We were 100% right.
Yep, 100% Vanguard vindicated.